are you guys?
Hey, Joseph, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. First of all, amazing job on this show. I absolutely love it. I've only seen the first 3 episodes and I can't wait for the rest. It's an amazing show. But the first question I have for you guys is the original series, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, is one of the most iconic sitcoms in television history. Why has it stood the test of time for such a long amount of time? That's for both of you guys.
It's a timeless story about family. That's all. And this family happens to be dealing with class and also race and America, but it's mostly just a story about family that you can't get more timeless or universal than that story. And the thing that Will Smith did that was genius is that it happened to be surrounded in hip hop. So there you go.
And
absolutely.
They didn't shy away from topics that were, real serious, heavy topics, and explored it with, laughter and comedy. And so a lot of people could relate to the original show because it addressed a lot of issues that we were all dealing with and going through.
And being aspirational at the same time. I mean, this is universal, people. This is how you do it.
Absolutely. Now, the biggest difference between The Fresh Prince and Bel-Air is that Will has to leave Philly in this show rather than getting a better experience for education for his mom wanting him to have a better experience. This seems like Will has to go to Bel-Air, and it seems like the family's really unprepared for it. Can you guys talk to me about how the Banks family all reacts to Will having to show up and live with them for the foreseeable future? And we'll go with you, Adrian.
Oh, well, I mean, my character, Philip Banks, is running for DA at this time. So, he's got a campaign to run. So the reason that, the way that Philip gets Will. What?
Nothing. I thought you were going to say something, but.
Oh, no. I mean, there's things that, he did that he has to keep quiet. And so it's a slippery slope. So he's being very, careful. I think it's a positive addition to the family. He really helps us see who we are. Philip can identify with a lot of himself in Will.
Yeah, he's like a mirror.
He's like a mirror. Yeah. So I think he helps Carlton see the other side. So there's so many positives, so many pros to having him with us in the family.
One of the fascinating relationships I find in this show, Cassandra, is Viv's relationship with Hillary. Can you kind of talk to me about their relationship and how Hillary's relationship differs with Viv as it does with Adrian's character?
Well, mothers and daughters, fathers and their daughters. I have a son. He can do no wrong.
Right.
But you have a daughter. You see yourself in your same-sex reflection usually. And so you have higher standards. Yeah. And so I think that's what that is. But it's also a disconnect that Vivian has about, technology and social media. And also there's a disconnect between she and her daughter about we're in a time where this generation says, no, I'm going to say something today about what I don't like and ask people to change today. And we're from a generation where we're like, oh, it's conservative. Every older generation is always more conservative than the new one. And so you just have those two forces. And at the same time, she's a mirror to what ambition I used to have that is gone. Mm-hmm. And maybe she shall stoke the flame for it to come back again.
Who knows?
Later on in one of the episodes, we get to see Phil kind of reconnect with his old college friends' fraternity. First question I have for you, Adrian, is how hard was it stepping in a fully fitted suit?
Yeah. It had its challenges, for sure.
Was that the tight suit?
It was a fitted suit. Yeah. It was. I had to definitely open that button. But it was fun. I really enjoyed that day. We had, so many of the alphas on set, the original guys, and they were so honored to be a part of the show. Like, that doesn't happen too often, So for me, I've always admired fraternities and I've never been a part of one myself. So this is like, getting to live out a dream, on screen for me. So it was fun. And the routine, we got it down pretty quick. A few days we rehearsed, a couple of days before and then we
killed it.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. We did our thing.
Well, look, this show is phenomenal. Let me also just say that the music in this show is the best.
Right. This is what I'm saying.
Remember back in the day when soundtracks were the thing? You like every time you'd watch a movie or a certain show, like you couldn't wait to get the soundtrack.
Yes.
Well, I think that this show is going to be bringing back the soundtrack. That's what I you know, the tracks that we have.
It makes you, don't you feel like it's like rewatchable because of the music too?
Yeah.
Immediately, as soon as I finished watching the first episode, I was like, yo, is the soundtrack available like on iTunes? This is incredible. And like the way that the music kind of like, you know, it's kind of a journey in its own right. It's fantastic.
Listen, like the music that you know, and also Terrence Blanchard, and there's another musician.
Terrence Blanchard.
Listen,
Jimmy, I can't
there's another. They're geniuses. So even like the music they create, some of these scenes, I'm like, I wanted to stop and Shazam it. I'm like, can I buy even like the new music?
Yeah.
So between the new music and the current music coming together, I feel like, it's exactly what we deserve. I hope that's how people feel about it.
And what we need, you know, it's been a long time since we've had that vibe on screen.
Absolutely. It's incredible. It's an incredible cherry on top of an already brilliant show. And you guys are amazing in it. So I want to thank you for your time. It's an amazing show. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Listen,
it, man.
what a pleasure. Thanks.
Hey, you guys are great. You guys are doing it. I mean, it is amazing. So thank you.